Hello and welcome to the Machona podcast. It has been a while since we last recorded, and I do apologize for that. This has been mainly due to work commitments and also just sorting out one or two things in life. But here we are. I hope you've had a good month or two, and I hope you're keeping safe. Hope no one has been afflicted or is going through any of the issues that we have at the moment, mostly the COVID 19. I sincerely hope that everybody is keeping safe. So, we are continuing with the series called Boy Meets Girl. And the last episode that we recorded was talking about why someone might need to look for a partner. And so today, this recording is talking about where you would be able to find someone to consider as a partner. Now, before we get into it, I would like to first of all just put it out there that um, I have no problem whatsoever regarding where someone meets their life partner. Um, I do believe that it's all in the connection that you build after you have met, and not really in where you have met with someone, because we do meet people in random places, but what determines the relationship is mostly the conversations that you have thereafter, and also just the connection that you build. Now, having said that, I do have a number of ideas that I would like to float around, and people then would be able to decide whether that works for them or not. So, the first one, in regards to where you would be able to find your partner, I thought is events that maybe you are interested in. And events, I mean, maybe musical shows or concerts, or yeah, events that you would have maybe around the mall and stuff like that. So if it's about something that you enjoy, like for me personally, maybe if it's about like a take event where I know, like they do have, like IT stuff or whatever there, I would be interested to, if I do meet someone there, then I would know that they definitely are interested in take as well. And so that would be a plus. It could be sports events as well. I do love sports. So if I do meet someone who enjoys sports, then that's also a plus as well. The other places that someone would meet would want to meet someone is maybe church for those who are religious, or a mosque. And there, in most cases, people are looking for somebody who shares a similar religious belief with them, and so that definitely would be a good place as well. And a lot of people have comfort in that, because they know that whatever the other person believes in, that's probably what they do hold dear to as well. And so this makes it a lot easier, especially when raising families, because then you are on the same page as well. And the other place I feel is the workplace. I know a lot of people don't really consider this due to the cons that comes with it, because one, you'll be seeing the person pretty much the whole week. And for a lot of people, that's a bit too much for a new relationship. You wouldn't be um, happy if you come across your partner, maybe they have made a mistake and the boss is going off at them. That can become quite uncomfortable. Or even just like office gossip, somebody's talking about your partner, maybe they don't know that you are dating that person, and they are talking about, maybe somebody has a crush on you, or they are talking about maybe um, your not so good attributes, amongst themselves, because obviously they have no idea, and then you're just there, stuck listening to whatever they're talking about. So that could be a bit unsettling for some people, but it is definitely a good place to find love as well, because then you would be able to um, see that person for free, really, the whole week, and you would be able to also know more about, their personality as well, because you have a lot of witnesses in the same area who have interacted with the person that you're interested in. Now, the other place is, obviously, like I mentioned, there are people who, like, maybe you go jogging, for instance, um, and you meet someone there. So then that means pretty much in the street. You I've never done this before, like meet someone just in the street and strike up a conversation with them. I have never done it before. Can't remember ever doing that. I don't know why, but it hasn't just been in me to just strike up a conversation with somebody that I've just randomly met. But that's neither here nor there. So yeah, it's a good place to meet as well, in the street. Uh, some people like to go, maybe like I mentioned earlier, jogging. You then meet someone who's there jogging as well. So that's already, an activity that you can both try to build on, because then you find out, what time they go out, and what time they finish their jogging and stuff like that, and then you can spend that time to just interact and get to know each other. And the other place which is pretty common nowadays is social media. Now, social media is on everybody's lips and fingers nowadays, and we do meet a lot of people. I know, because from my Facebook alone, I've got maybe about 5,000, and then I've got my page which has over 10,000 people on there as well. Now, if you're just using, like just the normal Facebook, you also do get to meet a lot of people, like you see them from their updates, and you see them from their photos, and they catch your eye. It is also a good place, like you DM them, and you strike up a conversation, and start to, if they're interested in you as well, then they would obviously respond, and then from then on you can start getting to know each other. Now, a lot of people have, I would like to call them, misconceptions about online dating. I know I've done quite a bit of it. But the most common misconception is you can't trust someone from the internet. Now, I beg to differ on that one, because someone from the internet is the same person that you would meet in the street. It's the same person that you would meet maybe at church. It's the same person that you would meet even in the workplace. And the only thing that I would maybe put as a word of caution is, don't just rely on the internet. Don't give your life away to somebody you have not met in person. If you do start talking to someone on the internet, the best thing that you can do is meet them first in person before you finalize any relationship commitments. Meet them in person, and as I always advised, the best place to meet is in public places. That's a lot safer. So you meet them in public places, maybe 2-3 times. You gauge, your interaction with them in person, and then that is going to tell you what kind of a person they are, whether they are a genuine person or not. and from then on you can now be able to make decisions. But all in all, wherever you meet, or whatever place you meet, it's always important to build a friendship first, before you can get into love or whatever it is that you're trying to get from it. But a friendship first is a good foundation. So make sure you talk to the person, you ask them a lot of questions. If you are in doubt, ask. And if they are not willing to give you answers, then obviously that's a red flag to start with. You would think, why are they not open with their information? Now, a lot of people would say, oh, I'm weary about giving out personal information to somebody I've just met. Yes and no. But there's if you don't want to give like all the information, you could always do basics. Like you could always share basic information. And obviously, this is why I'm saying you build a friendship first, before you can obviously start sharing whatever you feel is very private information. So build friendships first, because if love fails, you can always fall back onto friendship. And with that being said, I'll end here. It's a short recording, simply because it has been a while, and I'm a bit rusty, as you would obviously notice. But from now on, I think we are good to do the weekly recordings as was before. And so, have a great week. Remember to visit my website, which is at the back here. That's machona.com, and there you'll be able to see some or listen to some music that I did way back. And you would also be able to find the podcast recordings as well. So you'll be able to follow things from there, and you'll be able to also put your comments as well. And the other one is my Facebook page. It's also the Machona Podcast. You'll be able to like it, and also please share it as well. And you can also look out for me on no, not Facebook again, YouTube. YouTube, it's also the Machona Podcast as well. So please subscribe and share. And I will see you next week, probably the same time or around the same time. But you have a great week, and be blessed and stay safe.